Shalom. First off, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are learning in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, and the confusion of faith who follow. Not really sure what I'm going to call this lesson as of right now, but I do want to speak about where this society is headed and some things that we should be expecting here in the near future. We know everything that's going on with the Vanessa and the Karagma, but before we get there, to the Karagma, that is, you know, we're going to be in what's called a dystopian society. Now, going to this definition, it says relating to or denoting an imagined state or society where there is great suffering or injustice. And that's definitely where we're headed, to a state of great suffering and great injustice. All right. And in a dystopian society, you're going to have what? You're going to have draconian laws. Okay. It says the laws, or the application thereof, the application of the laws is going to be excessively harsh and severe. That's how you get, they go hand in hand. All right. The laws within this dystopian society are going to cause great suffering, are going to cause injustice. Okay. It's going to be excessively harsh. Okay. And severe. It's not going to be any more, slaps on the wrist, probation. No. It's going to get down or lay down. If you don't get down with the program, if you don't, worship the image of the beast, you're gonna be killed. Okay, this isn't fun and games. This isn't juvenile court. This is gonna be life and death, and the difference between the two. These are the times that we're coming to. So, with that being said, I want to just jump into the lesson. This is Isaiah 24, starting at verse 7. It says, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languish, all the merry-hearted do sigh." Because, you know, I want to start here because over the last year and a half or so, a lot of people have been paid. All the stimulus, all the different uh, PPP loans. You have a lot of people that are sitting high on the hog right now. Or maybe they already spent it, but they're enjoying the fruits of, I would say, their labor, but, the free ride that's been given us for the most part. But you also have a lot of people who haven't paid their rent, who are about to lose their homes. And this is just the beginning. The scripture says this is the beginning of sorrows. Okay? So you're going to have a lot of people who are going to languish, who are going to sigh, especially those merry-hearted. Because we live in a society where people, they get a mass amount of money, they don't do what's right and put it away for a rainy day. They go out and spend it on cars, on clothes, on shoes. These vain physical objects that this society sees as status, because you have the new Jordans, because you had a fly outfit or a grill. And yeah, there's nothing wrong with spending your money. There's nothing wrong with looking nice or having nice things. Don't get it twisted. But when that is all you have, or that's what you worship, that's where your soul, okay, your desires are pulling you, then it's something wrong. Okay? And when this time comes, right now we're in the beginning, but when it fully manifests and you're having to take, you know, Vanessa after Vanessa after Vanessa, when you're having to succumb to the charagma, okay, when you ain't ate in a couple days, when it's all hell broken out in the streets, okay, that rejoicing is going to end. It's going to come to an end. It says, "They shall not drink wine with a song, or strong drink. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it." So, fuck it. I think I skipped a verse. This is verse 8. It says, the mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of harps ceaseth. So music is something that's lighthearted. It brings your spirits up. You know, you're having a good time. You know, you got the music playing. Jake, go to the barbecue, get some food. They got the music going in the background, the old school cuts. You know, depending on what age group you're in or whatnot, you might have some 70s, you might got some 90s. You know, you might have a little bit of both. But the point is, music is akin to having a good time. That's why it says it's going to cease in those times. And to elaborate a little bit more, it says, "They shall not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it." Imagine like back in like the Middle Ages, they had like a tavern and they had all the soldiers sitting around and they had a beer in their hand and they're all singing a song. You know, it's not gonna be that time no more. All right, all that is ending. Like if you go to the club and the music is playing and everybody's having a good time, and your song come on and you start cutting up, and then once those lights come on, that and they say last call, then it's over. You got to go back to reality, and the new reality is what we're seeing being formed in front of our eyes with this pandemic. That is the new reality. All right, that is the lights coming on in the club, and everything is being revealed. In verse 10, it says, "The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in." All right. It says the city of confusion, Babylon, or we know Babylon is the land of confusion. It says it's broken down. So I want to get this word broken down. All right, it's the Strong's H7665 Shabar. It says to break in pieces, break break in or break down, to rend violently, to wreck, to crush, to quench, to break, to rupture, to be broken, to be maimed, to be crippled, be wrecked, to be broken, to be crushed, to shatter, break, to cause to break out, or to bring the birth, to be broken, to be shattered. Okay, this place is going to be broken violently. It's going to be maimed, crippled, wrecked. Every society as is going to cease to exist. We're not going to be able to just go to work, go to the store, go in and out of the city. Okay, you're going to have checkpoints. You're going to have um, number one. You're going to have your card, because right now you have your driver's license, might have an ID, a passport, something of that nature. And that'll get you by. But pretty soon you're gonna have to have that green pass, that Vicky pass, in order to get in and out of a store, to go in and out of your job, to go to the gym, your child's school, daycare, things of that nature. Everyone's going to require it to go to the barber shop, to go to fucking Burger King. I'm not telling you to eat Burger King, but you get the picture. This whole system is going to be, as the scripture is saying, it's going to be crippled. It's going to be wrecked. It says, and every house is shut up that no man may come in. And that's like barring the doors. Everyone's going to, no one's going to have pity upon their neighbor. The love of many is going to wax cold. So, yeah, you better bar that door because you may have victuals. And we're going to get that here in a second. But you may have something of value in your household. And guess what? People are going to come take it. These are trying times we're speaking about, man. It's not no joke. That's why we need to be mentally preparing right now for these times, spiritually preparing right now for these times. I mean, I don't. It's lucky I'm going to jump the gun. I'm really passionate about this because, you know, a lot of our people don't. They're going to fall victim. Hey, at the end of the day, the righteous is going to be righteous and the filthy is going to be filthy. You know, so I love them, but at the end of the day, it's going to be fuck them. We got to do what we got to do to get out this piece. But in verse 11 it says, "There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. Going back to the joy. The joy is going to be sucked out of this place." If you ever watched 1984, if you haven't, I definitely implore you to watch it, to check it out. I believe it's like an older version that came out back in maybe the 50s or something like that. But man, if you want to know what a draconian society is, or draconian law in a dystopian society, 1984 is your movie. And it's so far ahead of its time because they had everything that they have right now. Not everything, I can't say that, but they have elements of things that they have right now back then. In that movie, all right, you had like a screen on the wall, something like a flat screen that we would have right now, and they would get on and they would talk to you and tell you to instruct you basically about your day. All right, and that's basically like what's it called? When you're talking on your phone to someone video. I don't have an iPhone, but you know what it is. It's like FaceTime. Sorry, FaceTime. It's like FaceTime back then. But to the point, those people didn't have joy. Those people didn't have you know mirth in their heart. It was a tough time. You went to work, you slaved away, and then you went home. You know, women uh, couldn't have children. We know that the Georgia Guidestones say what they want to maintain humanity under 500 million. So if there's 8 billion going on 9 billion people, then that's a lot of people that they have to eliminate. They also have to sterilize the majority of women and men as well, which we don't know what's in the Vanessa, which can definitely be a sterilization agent. You had the Handmaid's Tale, and the majority of the world was sterile. How? Now, if you're giving everyone the Vanessa and it sterilizes them, which we don't know if it can or not, but they're pushing to get, you know, punch after punch after punch after punch after punch, what is that really going to do to someone's immune system? We're going to have to sit back and watch. But I would not be surprised if there's going to be a lot of sterilizations coming within the next, 6 months to a year. This is verse 11. It says, "In this city is left desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction." All right. "When thus it shall be in the midst of the land among the people, there should be as a shaking of an olive tree, and as the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done." So I don't know if you've ever seen an olive tree. It looks similar to a grape tree, or a grapevine. So if you have that olive tree and you shake it, all the olives are going to fall down. So it's going to, it's violent. It's speaking about the violence that's going to be going on in this place. And to further prove that, it speaks about the gleaning of, it should be as the gleaning of grapes when the vintage is done. Now, this is a reference, and we're going to get this real quick. What is a grape gleaner? So it says gleaning is the act of collecting leftover crops from farmers' fields after they have been commercially harvested, or on fields where it is not economically profitable to harvest. It is a practice described in the Hebrew Bible that became legally enforced entitlement of the poor in a number of Christian kingdoms. So basically, that was our welfare system. All right, we didn't. We left a portion basically for the poor, and the poor is definitely going to be hit in this wave. Man, I'm speaking. I got precepts that I ain't even grabbed, but we just gonna keep going off the spirit, man. Um, so let's get this definition. And we're gonna actually go to the root of this gleaning. Okay, it says to act severely, to deal with severely, to make fool of someone, to act severely or to be severely dealt with. So, like I said, going back to, if you're under an olive tree and it's being shaken, they're gonna hit you in the head, and that's how the society is gonna be. This is how it's gonna be in these times. They're gonna deal with you severely. Going back to these draconian laws that are gonna be excessively harsh and severe. Okay? Remember, we're in a dystopian society where great suffering and injustice is the norm. So you're going to be dealt with harshly. You're going to be in a society that can care less about your feelings. That's just how it is. All right, this is Isaiah 14 or 24 and 14, Slakia. It says, "They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of the Lord, they shall cry aloud from the sea." And that's really the one thing that's going to be our saving grace, is that Yahweh Bashem Yahshai is going to be on our side. I'll read it one more time. "They shall lift up their voice, they shall sing for the majesty of the Lord, they shall cry aloud from the sea." And let's get this precept. This is Proverbs 18 and 10. It says, "The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous runneth to it and is safe." All right, so we're going to call upon the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai in this time, and he's going to have that hedge of protection around his chosen. That standard will be lifted up. Okay, the spiritual powers will be endowed to those individuals who have earned it by sighing and crying for the abominations that have been done thereof, by giving all diligence to make their calling and election sure, by making their body a living sacrifice, okay? By being a brother. We were, me and one of the other brothers was talking earlier, and, I must needs to get the scripture now. I believe it's John 13 and 34. John 13 and 34 says, "And a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. That ye also love Sakia. That ye love one another as I have loved you. That ye also love one another." So the way Yahweh Shai loved us, we have the same love for the Akim, for each other. By this shall all men know that they are my disciples, if ye have loved one to another. So that's a big key of this thing. In order for the Lord to love us and to come back and redeem us, we have to first love our brethren that are here with us. How can we love him whom we have not seen, and we hate him who we see every day? I mean, and as I said before, the love of many is going to wax cold. So the love of the Akim is all we got right now, and that's all we're going to have in that day. You know, we got to get right. We got to get right and stay right. We're hearing about destruction. We're hearing about all these, you know, terrible things that are going to happen. And this is going to be our saving grace. They shall lift up their voice. They shall sing for the majesty of the Lord. They shall cry aloud from the sea. Wherefore, glory ye the Lord in fires. It's like it. Wherefore, glory ye the Lord in fires, even the name of the Lord, power of Israel in the isles of the sea. When we're going through it the most, that's when we need to glorify the Most High the most. See, he said that he chastened those whom he loved. Let's get this Romans chapter 5 and verse 3. It says, and not only so, but we glory in tribulations also, knowing that tribulation worketh patience. You got to go through something to increase. Now, once you go through whatever you're going through, now you got a little more patience. Now, it's like it. Now you can do more. Now you can level up. Basically, you got a little bit more time today. It says in that patience, experience and experience hope. Now you're leveling up. You done been through it. Now you can tolerate more. Because you can tolerate more, now you're gaining more experience. And now that you're getting more experience, man, everything is falling in line. When you're a novice at anything or a rookie at anything, you're not going to be as good as you are when you're a vet or seasoned. But that's how you get seasoned. Okay, you got to go through it. You got to go through those tribulations. And that's what we're in right now. We're going through our tribulations. We're going through our rookie season, going to that sophomore, going to that junior season, going into that senior season. When you're, or, like LeBron, a wily veteran, he knows when to push hard. He knows when to take over the game. He knows when to let his young teammates uh, go off and let them get the glory and score or whatnot. When to facilitate, but when it's time to take over, he knows, all right, it's time to be King James. And that's what we're going through right now. Right now, we're not, LeBron in his 18th, 19th season. Right now, we're LaMelo Ball. We were a rookie. We had a good year. Are you on the right track? You're in the truth. You know what you need to do. You might have dropped a couple triple doubles, did some nice passes, but you turned the ball over. We all sin. We all go off. We all need to learn the doctrine. But we're up and coming. All right, we're evolving. You go from that LaMelo Ball, that rookie, to now you're in the league a couple years. You're like a Trey Young. Now you're in the playoffs. Now you didn't got a couple playoff wins under your belt. Expectations are rising. Okay, you're on your way, and that's how we are in this truth. And this is going to be the only thing that's going to be able to get us out of this place. When the missiles are prepared to hit, and salvation is right there, this is the only thing that's going to be our saving grace. Not sure why First Thessalonians is up. Oh, that's why. Going back to the fires. That's a bad precept, man. Let me read that one more time. Wherefore glory ye the Lord in fires, even the name of the Lord, power of Israel, in the isles of the sea. When times get tough, it's time to glory the Lord. When times are good, it's time to glory the Lord. Glorify, should I say. Job 13:15. Though he slay me, yet I will trust in him. But I will maintain my own ways before him. Though I feel like I'm near death, though I'm injured, though I'm hungry, though I'm thirsty, though I'm starving, or going through it in any shape, form, or fashion, yet I'm still going to trust in him. I'm still going to put my faith in Yahweh Shem Yashai, because I know that he said that he would not break his promise to me. I know the Lord is a man of his word. He said that he would protect me if I called on him and I did my part, and he's going to do his part. He also shall be my salvation. He's going to be my redeemer, Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. So you can't get to the Father without the Son. It says, for an hypocrite shall not come before him. Okay? Ain't going to be no actors on this trip. Ain't going to be no one who says one thing and does another, who's contradicting themselves. We got to get this thing right. As difficult as it sounds, as difficult as it may be to be upright in a land of confusion, we got to navigate and figure it out. We got the scriptures. The manuscript is here. The way to do it is here. We got the leaders. The body is set up. We just need to endure sound doctrine. Call on the name of the Lord. Do all the things I've been saying, give your diligence to make your calling of election sure. Make your body a living sacrifice. It sounds repetitive, but hey, you build a house one way. Don't try to get fancy and put the basement on the attic. It's the basement that goes on the bottom. It's faith and works, they go together. Let me get this last scripture. And we're gonna end it on there. It says, "From the uttermost parts of the earth, have we heard songs." So we're gonna be saved around the four corners. Why? Because you have Israelites that were scattered around the four corners, and you're gonna have these righteous men sighing and crying to be saved, giving all praise to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. And they're going to be saved from the uttermost parts of the earth. It says, even glory to the righteous. It says, but I said, my leanness, woe unto me. The treacherous dealers have dealt treacherously. Yea, the treacherous dealers have dealt very treacherously. And who have dealt treacherously with us? The so-called white man, Esau E. Let's get this word treacherously, and we'll end it on that, because the point is that we're going to be redeemed. But what do we have to be redeemed from? From our treacherous dealers. All right, that word is begat, Strong's H98. To act treacherously, deceitfully, to deal treacherously, act or deal treacherously, faithlessly, deceitfully, offend. And you damn right we're offended. We should be in this place. And when you go into this word, I believe it's going to give a lot of words for deceitfully, treacherously, offend, transgress. There's you see what these people did to the Lord's chosen. They're not going to get away with it. Okay, the Most High is going to come back and He's going to redeem His and set us in our proper and rightful place. It's not going to be no cakewalk. You have to have faith. You have to have trust in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's lucky for this goddamn cricket. There's no cricket all day, I promise you. And then as soon as I want to do a lesson, the fucking cricket comes. But, that's Satan. So, my apologies for that. We just got to get out of this place, man. It's a lot of shit that's coming down the pipeline. And we just got to mentally, physically, and first and foremost, be spiritually prepared for everything that's coming to us. And with that being said, we give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashem Yashai Bashem Karkadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. Salutes and honors to the elect, all the brothers across the four corners who are doing in truth and sincerity, the women, the children, the confusion, the face who follow. Shalom.